Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. I have Digital Adele back on the podcast, and excited to have you on, Adele, to talk about the biggest topic in the Miami Heat.
What? Something happened? What happened?
I don't know what happened. I think we're on a maybe it's a 7-game winning streak. Okay, who gives a shit? Bam Adebayo scored 83 points last night against
Unbelievable.
the terrible Washington Wizards.
They are really bad.
They're very bad, and they're not just a bad team, they're a terrible organization. But still, last night was so incredibly shocking. Like, I was watching the game. You were probably watching the game too, because we're crazy Heat fans.
Absolutely.
I watch every game. So Bam scoring 31 points in the first quarter was insane in its own right. So LeBron James held the record, 25 points, 2 different times when he was on the Miami Heat. Bam broke that in the first quarter. I thought, this is cool. Now, can Bam beat his career high, which was like 41, 42 against the Nets a couple years back? That's all I thought, was like, can he do this? Because we've seen Bam have really good first halves, not where he's scoring 31, or quarters where he's scoring like 21, 22 points at half and then scores 9 the rest of the game, right? So I had no expectation that this would have happened. Like, you think a Steph Curry, a Kevin Durant, a LeBron James type of player, SGA type of player would be able to do this because of their scoring ability, 3-level, ability, 3-point shooting ability. But Bam freaking Adebayo,
it's unbelievable.
A raw defender, did this. So what are your thoughts on that? Because there's a whole bunch of praise and hate that he's getting from last night's performance.
The hate stuff is ridiculous. It's a legendary performance. Absolutely a legendary performance. The Wizards are bad. I mean, they're the worst team in the NBA defensively. They have the worst net rating in the NBA. The Utah Jazz are the only one close to their net rating defensively, and Washington's still the worst. Alex Sarr individually is a good defender. He can block shots. He's physical down low. He can move his feet. Bam just made him look silly all night. The mid-range fadeaway was working. The threes were working. That one where he, pivoted and dunked on Sarr's head. It was just, everything was working for Bam. He was in the zone. And, the basket had to look as big as the ocean. I mean, when you get in a zone like that, you could just rock into your jumper, pull up, let it go, and it's going in. His 3-point percentage would have been even higher if he wasn't taking those contested threes, being triple teamed with 3 minutes left in the game, trying to get 83.
Because he couldn't get a shot off. That was his only opportunity.
That was right. But that's the only reason why his 3-point percentage was bad. If you take those shots out, his 3-point percentage, he was like 38% all night. Like, he was on fire. So the numbers don't really do him justice in that regard. But for him to get 83, it's just, like I said, it's going to go down as a legendary thing in Miami Heat history and league history. And he really cemented himself forever in NBA history. Like, that record will be talked about forever. And it's not a record. Will Chamberlain scored 100 points, but nobody actually could see it because it wasn't on videotape.
Yes. Second, I mean, tangent. Do you believe that's a conspiracy? Do you think it actually happened?
Yeah, I believe it happened. There were people there that actually said it happened, and they didn't work for the league. They were actual fans, and they saw it happen. Now, the thing back then, I mean, you could goaltend, and Wilt would just goaltend, and he would just offensively goaltend. You just go down, they throw it up, he'd dunk it. Like, it was real boring basketball. But still, I mean, Wilt once averaged 50 points, 30 rebounds, and like 20 assists for a whole season.
Yep.
So he's a different beast, and it's a different, whole different animal altogether.
Totally. And I don't believe it's either. So
the hate part, I brought this up on our Discord channel for the 5 Reasons Sports Network. I'm sorry to bring up your competition, but my point is, during the game, I brought this up. Whenever the Miami Heat started fouling with 2 minutes left to extend the game, just for Bam to chase that record, I knew the negativity was going to come. I knew that was going to happen, that was going to be a narrative out there. Do I think it should be a narrative? No, because he got the majority of his points before any of that occurred. He had like 77 points before any of that occurred. So the narrative that, oh, he took all these free throws, the Heat were fouling to extend the game, makes it sound like he had 60 points and they kept fouling to try to get him to 83. That's not what happened. So I think the hate is not warranted. And I think the majority of actual players in the league have come out and celebrated this.
Who celebrated? LeBron.
So many people.
Luka,
oh, my goodness.
De'Aaron Fox, KD, like a ton of different players.
Dwight Howard,
even Jeff Teague. Like
Jamal Crawford. Yeah, Jeff Teague.
Ridiculous, has some stupid takes, but even Jeff Teague was saying, if you do this in LA Fitness in a rec center in a pickup game, like that's insane, right? So all the right players.
You know how hard it is to score 83 points in any setting just to get the sheer number of attempts up, the sheer number of attempts you'd need to get up. It's just unbelievable. So it's a feat, an accomplishment, no matter how you slice it.
Yeah, and I get the argument that like, oh, he got the most free throws, he made the most, he took the most. But it's like, okay, well, yes, Bam just started shooting three-pointers the last 2 seasons. And this was his first year where he's actually shooting high volume. I don't know what the number is, but it's probably 4.5 to 5 threes versus his 1 or 2 last year, right?
Right.
So how else is he going to score? He's a power forward center. Like he plays.
And he legit was getting fouled. He wasn't. And he was legitimately getting fouled. He wasn't foul baiting. No, they just couldn't guard him. They couldn't defend him.
And it was objectively like obvious. And I think the NBA is so freaking soft over the past 5 to 10 years, how ticky-tack and how soft the fouls are and how it's become like a non-contact sport compared to the past. And like Bam was legitimately getting clobbered or pushed or grabbed. None of those BS ticky-tack fouls. Like maybe sure there were some. Of course there were, because he shot 40 freaking thousand free throws last night. But still, that argument is freaking dumb. He just got fouled. And it's not his fault that they were fouling him. And the only things I can agree with a little bit, and this wasn't on Bam necessarily, was Kashad missing that free throw like that, like them fouling to get more possessions. I understand that is kind of Bush League in a sense, but also what's more Bush League is the Wizards coach complaining and other coaches complaining. It's like, okay, the fourth quarter was a fiasco, obviously. The last 5 minutes or so, right, I would say, is when they started double teaming Bam. All that started to happen. But you guys were tripling him. Kobe wasn't getting tripled. Yes, it was a closer game. They were only down by like 15 or 16 or whatever it was in the fourth. But this team is tanking on purpose.
That's my thing.
Trae Young haven't even played a single game. They probably won't play this year. It's like, if you're going to tank and talk about ethics of the game, then play Trae Young, who could possibly play. I'm sure AD could, maybe not AD, because he's
Trae Young's been playing. He's been playing, but here's what they're doing. And they are absolutely tanking. They've been taking their starters out, including Trey Johnson, their dynamic rookie, who end up with 20 points in 20 minutes every night. They take him out midway through the third quarter, and they're never seen again. By the time the third ends and the fourth quarter begins, there's nothing but G League players on the floor and Will Riley.
Yeah,
this is every night. Yeah, it's laughable that the Wizards are the ones talking about ethical basketball when they are blatantly tanking.
What are your thoughts, though, on Kashad missing that free throw, like, obviously, so Bam could get a rebound?
My very first reaction was that is actually extremely difficult to miss on purpose to a specific side. Like, the amount of skill it actually took for that to occur, well, it could have been luck also, but the amount of skill to miss on one particular side on purpose is actually extremely difficult. So that's my initial reaction. I was impressed.
Oh, stop it. I think Kashad, we could just also say Kashad is not a shooter. He's so bad at free throws that he just missed it that badly.
No, you can see he pushed it. Yeah, you can see.
Hit the front of the
right.
Honestly, I mean, like, I honestly think I understand them getting mad about that perspective, perhaps, versus maybe the Heat fouling. But, like, they're up by, I think, 26 when he did that with, like, a minute and a half or 2 minutes left. I understand pundits on that. Like, that is kind of unsportsmanlike in a sense. But again, he's going for a freaking record. Like
Right.
you see the media response. Bam has never gotten this type of response ever in his career. He's a 3-time All-Star, 2-time gold medalist, like been to the finals multiple times, been the second best player on a potential championship team. There's been no media hype and attention around the Heat in general like this, even when
Right.
we were doing the unthinkable with Jimmy Butler getting to the finals as an 8th seed, and you saw how historic it was. And so the fact that the Miami Heat were going for it, I think, and again, we're biased, I'm a Heat fan, was fun, I think. And like you don't take into consideration the 26-point lead. If this was a game where Bam had 30 points and they're up by 26 with 2 minutes left, he wouldn't be in the game. Like they were going for history. So shoot me for going for history to become
Right.
legendary, to ink your legacy and forever cement your legacy as the second highest scorer in NBA history, and you're not even an offensive player. Like that's insane. And I thought it was funny too. If you look back at all the guys who scored 70 and above, Luca, Embiid, obviously Wilt, Kobe, Devin Booker, whoever, Dame. It's just funny to see their averages. And before the game, Bam was averaging at 18 something, 18.8. And then everybody else was like 24, 28, 29, 30. It's like it was just
Right.
hilarious to see that perspective. But yeah, let's close out though. Just how do you think Bam is going to do tomorrow night against the Bucks? Do we see Bam shooting for a 40 burger to shut the critics up? What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I think they sit him. I think they give him some rest just to, tick everybody off. I think they give him some rest. The real question is, Amir, are you getting your 83 jersey? The Heat are selling custom Bam Adebayo 83 jerseys.
I don't know how I feel about that. Probably not, honestly. Maybe I don't know.
You don't like it, right? It's weird because he's number
weird.
13.
I don't know. I'm a marketer. Hey, can you hire me remotely, Miami Heat? I live in San Francisco, so I'm sorry I can't move there. Maybe if the price is right, but probably can't.
Shameless plug.
Yeah. If you need some consulting work done remotely, maybe Digital Adele and I can help you out and say that this is not probably going to be your number one seller, even if it's going to be on the Vice jersey, which they should put it on a Vice jersey only, not a traditional Miami Heat jersey. But that's kind of cheesy, I think. I mean, it was just as cheesy as the Miami Heat culture jerseys as well. I wasn't really a big fan of those either.
You're going to get all kind of hate in the comments from this one, Amir. People were buying those jerseys like crazy right after the game. They're going to come after you in the comments. You better prepare yourself.
No, well, that's probably the young kids doing that, so good for them. Obviously, getting back as we should have been, because that was unfreaking real. Just
unreal performance. Unforgettable performance.
Yes, that's going to live in Miami lore and history till the end of time. One of the greatest performances. I was going to say games almost, but probably not one of the greatest games ever. But still, it kind of is one of the greatest games in theory because of the performance and him beating Kobe.
Oh, that game will be syndicated around the NBA stratosphere forever. You'll find that game like NBA classics forever.
As it should be. And I am also a Laker hater. The team I hate the most across any single sport is the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a Niner fan. I don't hate the Seahawks. I don't hate the Cowboys. I don't hate the Rams. I don't hate whoever as much as I hate the Lakers, who are not even a rival to the Miami Heat, except for the bubble when we played them in the finals. I hate the Lakers. I hated Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace, obviously, but I never liked the Lakers, and I'm
just for the record, I don't hate Kobe Bryant, people. It's not me. Go after that guy. Well, that guy over there.
I'm not the only one. There's a lot of players like, hey, Boston fans, we can unite over that, even though I hate Boston fans too. But hate the Lakers so much. So the fact that he beat Kobe's record makes it so much sweeter. And my friends, I'm going to say shout out to my friend Panos. I don't know if he's going to watch this, but he is so mad. He is one of the pundits and critics saying all these players are talking crap, like this was Bush League and all that stuff. And all I say is, guess what I say?
83.
That's all I got to say. And we'll shut it down there. Adele, thanks for hopping on. Appreciate the time. Before you do hop off, make sure to let the audience know where they can find your work.
Absolutely. For NBA draft analysis, you can find me at Digital Dell Hoops on YouTube. You can find me on social media, anywhere social media is found under Digital Adele. On Instagram, digital_Adele. And also read my writing on Sports Illustrated's website on SI. I do NBA draft analysis for 5 NBA teams: the Orlando Magic, Miami Heat, Milwaukee Bucks, Indiana Pacers, and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And I am also now technically a colleague of Digital Adele covering those 5 exact teams as well. So if you want to check out my articles too, check them out. But if you want draft analysis, obviously focus on Digital Adele's work because I don't know anything about college. So thank you, Adele. Appreciate the time. And hopefully we'll be back soon with some more Miami Heat and NBA content.